Consciousness, Emotions, and Synchronicity, the Connection Between Minds. Hello everyone, girls and boys of all ages from Synchrovertical, the channel that accompanies you on your personal growth journey. Consciousness is one of the most mysterious and complex phenomena studied by modern neuroscience. Although there is still no definitive consensus on its definition, the most recent research tends to suggest that consciousness emerges from a complex interaction of neural circuits distributed throughout the brain. The most widely accepted hypothesis is that consciousness is not localized in a single brain area, but rather the result of the synchronization of neuronal activity between different brain regions. Among these, two are particularly relevant: the prefrontal cortex and the default mode network, DMN, which is active during moments of internal reflection, self-generated thoughts, or the stream of consciousness. The information integration theory, IIT, proposed by Giulio Tononi, is one of the most influential theories for understanding how consciousness emerges. According to this theory, consciousness is the result of a highly interconnected network of information, in which every part of the brain system contributes in an integrated way to the creation of subjective experiences. In other words, when neurons and brain areas work synchronously, conscious experience is generated. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel by hovering your mouse over our logo at the bottom right. One of the most interesting insights of IIT is that consciousness is not just a product of the brain, but depends on the quality and quantity of information integration. The more a system is able to combine information in a coherent and global way, the greater its capacity to generate conscious experiences. This concept is closely linked to emotions, which are also a type of information integrated by different brain circuits. Emotions are fundamental to the emergence of consciousness, as they enrich and motivate subjective experience. In fact, emotions not only influence the brain circuits that regulate behavior, but also those involved in the perception of self and the surrounding environment. Emotion is a phenomenon that can be described as the result of an interaction between specific brain circuits and the body. The amygdala, for example, is essential in assessing threats, while the prefrontal cortex plays a key role in emotional self-regulation, controlling impulsive reactions, and integrating sensory and emotional information. The interaction between these circuits allows the construction of conscious emotional experiences, which contribute to the sense of self and the perception of the world. At the neural level, emotion is a powerful driver of consciousness, guiding and modulating attention, memory, and behavior. Emotions not only amplify the experience of consciousness, but also create lasting connections in the brain, contributing to what we might call emotional learning. This type of learning is essential to build an understanding of the world that is not limited to the mere acquisition of information, but is enriched by subjective experiences. Now that we have a theoretical basis on consciousness and emotions, we can explore how they might be linked to the phenomenon of synchronicity, which Jung defined as the occurrence of significant events without apparent causality. Although synchronicity seems to be a concept far from neuroscience, some recent theories suggest that it could be the result of complex neural processes, particularly those involving the synchronization of brain activity between different individuals. The idea that minds can interact synchronously finds support in discoveries related to neural resonance or neurosynchronicity. Recent studies have shown that when two individuals interact, their brains tend to synchronize at the brainwave level, creating a phenomenon known as interpersonal brain coherence. In other words, when two people connect emotionally or cognitively, their brain activity can enter a state of synchronization where the neural rhythms of the two brains align. This phenomenon has been documented in neuroimaging studies, which have found that during conversations or shared experiences, participants' brainwaves can synchronize at the alpha and beta levels, which are associated with states of relaxation and focused attention. The neuroscience of interpersonal resonance suggests that synchronization of neural circuits may underlie our ability to understand and respond to others. In practical terms, this brain synchronicity could explain complex phenomena such as empathy, telepathy, in its psychological form, the ability to feel the emotional states of others, and, in some cases, experiences of collective intuition. But how does synchronicity relate to phenomena such as mental connection between individuals? A central aspect could be represented by the role of emotions. When we are involved in emotionally intense or significant experiences, the neural circuits that process emotion, such as the amygdala, can create a sort of bridge between two brains. Emotions act as a catalyst that facilitates the synchronization of brain circuits, both within the same mind and between two or more minds. In this way, social interaction becomes a deep neural phenomenon, which goes beyond the simple exchange of cognitive information. The concept of mental connection or communication without words has been studied from different angles, both by psychology and neuroscience. Some authors suggest that phenomena such as telepathy can be seen as manifestations of nonverbal brain communication facilitated by the synchronization of neural circuits. While actual telepathy remains a controversial phenomenon, it is interesting to note that neuroscience suggests that there are modes of communication that go beyond words and physical signals. For example, studies of empathy and neuronal mirroring have revealed that when a person observes another person in an emotional state, the brain circuits that process that emotion are also activated in the observer's brain. In other words, we are able to emotionally feel what others are feeling, and this ability is based on neural synchronization between brains. In the context of neuroscience, this type of mental connection is also connected to the theory of brain energy fields. Some researchers, although without reaching definitive conclusions, hypothesize that the electromagnetic fields produced by the brain can interact with those of other brains, creating a form of mental synchrony that goes beyond the synaptic and chemical level. These electromagnetic fields could enable a form of intuitive communication between minds, underlying phenomena such as deep empathy, telepathy, or even interpersonal experiences of synchronicity. Modern neuroscience offers us a picture in which consciousness emerges from complex and highly synchronized neural circuits. Consciousness is not just a product of the brain, but depends on the synchronization and integration of information between different brain areas. Emotions play a crucial role in this process, enriching conscious experience and facilitating connection between individuals. Synchronicity, understood as the emergence of significant events in the absence of an obvious causal explanation, could be seen as a reflection of this interconnectedness at the neural level, where shared emotional experiences between people favor a synchronization of brain circuits, leading to a form of nonverbal, deep and intuitive communication. The ability to dialogue with other minds, then, is not just a conscious act, but a phenomenon that involves a deep resonance between neural systems. Although telepathy in the classical sense of the term does not yet have a solid scientific basis, the concept of empathic connection and neural synchronization between individuals suggests that similar phenomena can be studied in a new light. Emotional resonance and the alignment of brain rhythms between two people are the basis of our ability to understand others, to perceive the emotional states of others, and to establish meaningful connections that go beyond mere verbal communication. In this context, consciousness and synchronicity are not isolated phenomena, but are the result of a complex and dynamic network of interactions between brains, emotions, and the environment. Neuroscience is increasingly beginning to understand how these connections can explain our sense of oneness with others, and how shared experience, not only cognitive but also emotional, can create a synchrony between minds, enabling communication and understanding that goes beyond words, and perhaps even beyond the limits of our immediate awareness. Ultimately, research on consciousness, emotion, and mental synchronicity invites us to reconsider the concept of separate minds, suggesting that we are more interconnected than individual perception and everyday experience might lead us to believe. Human minds, despite their complexity, appear to be intrinsically capable of tuning in, creating a dynamic network of connections that may explain not only the emergence of consciousness, but also fascinating phenomena such as synchronicity and mental connection between individuals. If you feel that today you have discovered something new and you like the discovery, leave a like to this video. Any thoughts or insights you have in mind, write them immediately in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our every further publication. Also share it with your friends. May happiness always be your faithful companion.